Well, hello there. This episode of the Daddy Everyday Podcast is brought to you by DaddyEverydayShop.com, where you can get all my author published books. Also, check out DaddyEverydayClothing.com for all the merch, clothing, hoodies, things like that. Yeah, this is my new speaking voice. No, I'm just messing with you guys. What's up, guys? It's been about a month since I shot an episode of Daddy Everyday Podcast. Life's just been lifing. Just out there still trying to fight the good fight as far as being a dad and provider and all that other stuff. And then just, my mental stuff going on and everything. But I'm back. A lot of exciting things has happened since my absence from the podcast world. I received an award the previous weekend for my duties in fatherhood, being recognized. So shout out to Fats Williams and Fats Foundation for the honor. I actually bought a new suit because I'm not much of a suit person. And I realized the reason why I'm not a suit person is because I've been wearing the wrong suits. So they always felt like I was wearing my dad's suit because I had court date or something. So I went and got a suit tailored for me. I have a slim build, still muscular and all that, but a slim build. So I got a suit catered for me, and I loved it. I love wearing a suit. I love the compliments I got, and I love where we are as a people because brothers were giving me complimenting me on my suit and everything. So that made me feel special. The ladies loved it. So I'm definitely going to try to grab me some more suits in the future. I think Steve Harvey said you need to have 4 suits. I believe it's black, navy, gray, and brown because you can switch them up and all that. I don't know about 4 suits, but I definitely want to have more suits. So if a event should pop up, I can participate because I have the suit and I'm ready to go. But I just wanted to touch on that to say thanks to Fats Williams for the honor. It meant a lot. And I text my son at the event, and he mentioned you deserve it. I showed him the picture of the award so you guys can see that. I showed him, sent him a text of the award, and he said, well deserved. And that made me feel special, almost more than the award, because if my boys think I'm doing a good job, first of all, that's what matters first. So if they feel that I'm doing a great job as a father, then I'm doing the damn thing. So I just wanted to say thanks again. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in to this episode. A lot of podcasts, once there's their brief break, they don't come back and it's a wrap for them. So I thank you guys for tuning in to this episode, despite me missing about a month worth of content for you guys. So thank you. And if you're new to the podcast, thank you for tuning in. Go back, listen to some of the previous episodes. You can find it on Evan Vision on YouTube or Spotify, Daddy Everyday Podcast. So thank you in advance for that. But the subject matter today is the myth about work-life balance. It is a myth. I had a long, you know how I do. If you followed this podcast, you know how I go through my speech in the beginning. I wrote a really good one this time, but I have some other things to get off my chest. But the myth about work-life balance, I think we stress ourselves out because we're trying to find that perfect balance. I'm going to let you know there's really no perfect balance. I'm going to give you some principles to focus on as far as your quest to just get that balance it's not a true balance. I need you to understand that you will never be 50-50 when it comes to work and your livelihood. It doesn't match up. It's about a lot of compromise and a lot of just understanding your priorities at the time because they shift a lot. Like obviously your family is priority number one, but also you still have to provide financially. You still got to take care of yourself and things like that. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be around to provide for your family or be around your family. So I'm going to go into some of these principles I need you guys to think about before I go off into another spiel. I got something exciting that I got cooked up. So I'm excited to get to it, but I want to make sure every episode I'm giving you something that you can take and use into your own personal life. So, principle number one is defining your priorities. So, obviously, I'm going to use myself as an example. My boys are my number one priority. Then, of course, my health, um, work. I still got a day job until I'm doing this daddy everyday thing full time. So, um, it provides well for my family. So, I definitely can't knock it. But I have to make sure I align things in the proper order to make sure I'm taking care. So I always try to make sure my boys are good. I try to make sure I'm getting the right amount of sleep, which I'm not, but uh, I'm working on it. It's still a work in progress. Trying to juggle everything with daddy every day, the boys, the day job, my health, uh, my somewhat of a social life, and things like that. I got a lot of projects coming up that others want me to be a part of, and then things I'm trying to do for myself. So I got a lot going on, which I'm excited about. So please don't ever take me saying I have a lot going on as me complaining. I'm very thankful for all these things because it could be I can be dealing with a lot of drama. So I'm thankful for that. But you need to have clarity on what are your priorities, the things to focus on. And if it's not a priority, you can push it to the side because that's a lot of times the things that are taking up your space in your life. It's things that aren't a priority. So you don't need to focus on those things as much. Setting boundaries, whether that's setting boundaries with your friends, colleagues, and things like that. And funny story, quick story. When I was doing my first book, Daddy Every Day, uh, I would spend a lot of time writing, and of course, weekends were the best time because I was off. And my friends would get upset with me because I didn't want to hang out or go to a barbecue or something because I wanted to focus on the writing. Um, that's what I guess that's one thing you find out your true friends. But you have to understand, you have to make set boundaries like, hey, if this is what I'm focusing on, this is what I'm focusing on, and I can't always be available because I got things that I'm working on. So make sure you just set your boundaries, and that goes with your family too. Hey, you try to give them their time, but they have to be understanding and say, hey, this is time for dad to get his work on. Embrace flexibility. Let's say if you have one of those jobs where you can be flexible with the time. Let's say if you worked if it's one of those 24-hour joints where you can work overnight because that'll allow you to get the boys to school or your kids to school, and allow you to get that morning time to work on your stuff, and then you can sleep in the afternoon or whatever the case may be. Seek out things that you can be flexible with. Um, let's say you have a partner, maybe they pick them up from school, you drop them off, things like that. So look into things that you can be flexible with that can aid you in getting that balance you're looking for in life. Uh, Practice mindfulness. Um, just be self-aware of things as far as your the environment that you're in. Like, what are things that you can change? Your mindset overall, as far as trying to find balance and not beating yourself up if you feel, oh, I'm spending too much time doing this, I'm not spending enough time doing that. So just be mindful of those things. Invest in self care. This is very important. Of course, that's just a big buzzword right now, but it's really true. You really do need to invest in yourself. And it doesn't mean like, for fellas, you're going out and getting a manicure or anything like that. Not necessarily that type of self care, but the things that you enjoy doing. Like for me, I'm a simple dude. I like to grab some American Deli and sit and spend like an hour looking for a movie to watch and never wind up watching a movie. But that's are the things that bring me peace and calm, like where I'm not trying to focus on writing something, I'm not worrying about um, anything but relaxing. Because I rarely relax. I realize that. It's like I always have my laptop, my iPad, my phone with me while I'm engaging in things, watching a movie or anything like that. So it's rare when I'm just focused on myself and just relaxing. Although football season is here, so I spend a lot of time watching football now, and I don't mess with the electronics. I'm focused on football, especially since my oldest son Kendrick is into football, so I'm watching football with him. So it gives me a chance to relax and bond with him as well. So that's a very good. That's a great way to also find that balance. Like, okay, I'm able to relax, a little self care for myself, and then also I'm getting a chance to bond with my boys. Well, I should say my boy because my youngest Dylan's not into football. I don't know if he'll ever get there, but we'll cross that road. As he gets older, I'll still try to encourage him. All right, celebrate imperfections. Like trying to be perfect will destroy your motivation and your momentum too. Like no one's perfect. You can't always do exactly the right thing exactly at the right time. We may stumble. We get better. I think every day we can work at just getting better, and any imperfections that we may have, you can either double down on trying to do better, or you can actually focus on your strengths. I know I'm really, really, really bad at reaching out to people. Extremely bad at that. And I promise I try. To everyone that is still waiting on a call, a text, an email, I be trying, y'all. I have to get things in order. So this episode about the myth of work-life balance is because of me trying to seek that balance. And I realize it's just a myth, guys. You can't truly have the balance. Every day you have to be intentional in trying to weigh what's the priority for the day. So you have to take it day by day with everything that you have going on. And I'm getting better at that. I wish this was one of those podcasts where I've already achieved it. Now I'm spreading the message to you. Nope, this is a work in progress for me. These are things I've researched on, and I'm trying to bring you my experiences. Some things I've overcome, sometimes some things I haven't, but I'm trying to give you something that is in the works. Like, I'm working at this, and I would love for you guys to continue to follow my journey in everything that I've ever talked about in trying to better myself as a father, a businessman, a community leader, just across the board. So I thank you again for riding with your boy. This is probably the most important one outside of self-care, is to delegate and collaborate. We try to do everything ourselves a lot of times, and it's not always necessary. And there's no special award for getting burnt out trying to do everything yourself. If you can reach out to somebody that can take some of the burden of what you have going on, that's a win. That doesn't make you less of a person because you need assistance. To me, that's the working smarter, not harder mentality of reaching out to others that may be better at something than you, or they can just lighten the load for you so you can focus on other things that are more important to you. So those are my tips as far as trying to get that work-life balance, quote unquote. But that's what I have for you. But now, that's that. Now I want to get into something exciting that's been on my heart for years. So if you've been following me, you know the whole daddy everyday thing. It's not something I dreamt about or thought about. Like, I never dreamed of writing a book. I never dreamed about being a director of a nonprofit organization. This is things that have been put on my heart. I feel like it's my divine purpose. Like, I've always had a fascination with fatherhood. I remember growing up, and we used to live in a cul-de-sac where every house had a dad, a mom, kids, a pet, 2 cars, and all that stuff. And then my family fell on hard times, and we moved to an apartment complex where there was like one other household that had a dad in the household. So I lived in 2 different worlds growing up, but for some reason, fatherhood always stuck out to me. Like, my dad never played catch with me. This was my stepdad, but I never referred to him my stepdad. But never played catch with me and things like that. But I saw what it was like for a man to go to work and provide for his family. And I always felt safe. At home, staying in a rough neighborhood, I still always felt safe. And my mom was a gangster, so wasn't nobody gonna step to us. But I realized my fascination with fatherhood continued to grow until I became a father when I turned like 30, about 30. I became a father, and it wasn't until Kendrick turned 6, so that's my oldest, that the light bulb moment happened for me as far as going into fatherhood. And you guys probably heard the story if you've been rocking with me this long. But the calling was to do this book, reach out to fathers. Then the next thing was starting a nonprofit and getting the word out with workshops and things like that. And the biggest thing he put on my heart that I've been running from for the longest was opening up an office, a center, to hold workshops and family themed events, not just once a month, but something weekly, if not daily, for fathers to come to as their community, to seek healing, to get educated on things. So that's been I've been battling with most of this year. It's been on my heart for years, but it's like I've been fighting the urge to do it because I know it comes with great responsibility, and I can't fight it anymore. So this is the first I'm putting out there that my goal is to now focus on opening up a center. Like, my vision is big, but of course you have to start small as I grow into this. And some of the other nonprofit organizations that I've worked with in the past or just chop it up with from time to time have my back on this. They definitely think it's something needed. Some of the parent liaisons at schools that I work with are all for it. They think it's needed. So it's about time for me to like really get focused in on making this happen. I know it's going to be a daunting task. That's why I've been trying to fight it. But the Lord won't take it off my heart to focus on it. Like every day, like I am consumed with thoughts of what it's going to be like and how families are going to be changed for like generations to come, basically. Like, I want to help kids. My goal is to just do it through dads. So that's my focus. So like, as much as I love my boys, I know there's other fathers that are either like me and they're all about their kids, or there's fathers that are trying to do right, trying to get better. That's why I wrote Fresh Start for Dads, for fathers that are incarcerated, because I know you made mistakes. You want, and like for those that want to change their life around and do right by their kids, I want to have a facility where they can come to get the encouragement and the education that they need. I've done so much work on coming up with the things I need to do to make this happen. The way dads are going to be changed. I did all the background stuff that you guys don't see, or the behind the scenes stuff you guys don't see when someone's working on a business or whatever. But now it's time to bring it to the forefront and get you guys involved, because of course it's going to require funding. So this isn't my pitch yet to get you guys involved, because I'm going to be showing you guys stuff along the way. Me checking out office spaces or storefronts, for the matter of fact, of a space where I can house this Daddy Everyday Center. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm super excited, super nervous, but I know he's guiding my steps, because whenever I'm doing things for Daddy Every Day, good things happen. I've been reached out from an organization in Berlin for just doing a project for fathers. Well, it's really for mothers, but they're getting a perspective of fathers. So I'm not going to give all the information out, because in case things don't, you know how things fall apart. But it's showing the reach of Daddy Every Day. Got an article that I'm going to be working on for Combine Magazine. You know what it is. So I'm super excited. That's where this work-life balance comes into play. My boys got my back. Whenever they see that laptop open, they said, I'm going to let you be. But when they see me watching TV, that's when they know they can come get their time with me. I have an open door policy with them. So if I'm working on something, I let it be known. If I haven't told them, hey, I'm not working on anything or anything like that, they know they can come bug me all they want. So that's what I'm excited about, guys. I can definitely say the award hyped me up more. Having people in your corner that won't let you quit because I wasn't gonna do another podcast episode. Like I feel it, I love it, but I was like, you know what, I gotta take some things out of my life. And then I realized in talking to the super producer, y'all know his name, Big Lack, that this doesn't have to be one of the things I move to the side. There's the things that I can move to the side. Daddy Every Day has to be a forefront. I'm going to get my boys more involved in things that I do because they inspire me. Such encouraging kids. But yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. I've been holding that for a minute. So when you guys see me in office spaces, just keep me encouraged. Say a prayer, share, like, and you guys just don't realize how important it is to share what your friends are doing. If you believe in something, share it. It's the same as like if we share stuff that Steve Harvey or a new song by Drake, the way you share that, all I'm saying is share your friends, things like that too. And I'm not preaching to you guys. I have to improve on that as well. So if you see me sharing things, just know I'm practicing what I'm preaching. So share your friends' stuff and things like that. Reach out to me on social media. I want you guys to follow my journey. I'm heavier on Instagram. Well, I need to do better, but I'm heavier on Instagram than I am on Facebook. But follow me on both. Daddy Every Day on both those platforms. I have a TikTok. I think it's Daddy Every Day. I'll figure it out. I only got TikTok so that when people share TikToks, I can see it. So I don't know. I may do TikTok. I don't know. Twitter or X or whatever it is. I'm on there. It's never grabbed me like the other social medias. I don't know. I know some people are big on X, not that X, but you know what I mean. So, and daddyeveryday.org, newly designed website. Check it out. I got blog posts on there as well. Check those out. I'm putting all my resources or events coming up on the daddyeveryday.org site. So if you want to know where I'm at, if you're not on social media, that way you can still stay connected with me. Just some big things coming up, guys. I got to go all in. I am one of those guys that haven't been all in on anything. I think my boys are the closest thing that I'm all in on. I think work probably because I give 100% at work. But when it comes to me and my Daddy Every Day, I know I have been going as hard as I should. And that is going to change. It's not like something I'm going to try. No, it's going to change. I am going to go all in on this because whenever I give a lot, I get a lot out of Daddy Every Day. And when I give a little, I get a little. So that's on me. That's the energy that I've been giving it. So I have to go all in. And for all those that have purchased their books through Amazon, thank you. I get a royalty check every month from Amazon, and that's from you guys and people I've never met in my life. So thank you for that. But I got to go harder. So I need to be like a rapper selling out his trunk, like going all in on myself. So because it's not just me, it's all the fathers and families that are going to be affected. I'm trying to affect communities through fathers. So that's this episode of Daddy Every Day podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you follow Evan Vision on YouTube so you can see all the videos. Subscribe on Spotify. Not just check out Evan Vision on YouTube, but subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe. Don't just always type in Daddy Every Day. Subscribe so you'll get the notification when the next episode is up. Follow me on Instagram, Daddy Every Day. On Facebook, Daddy Every Day. My public page, Delonzo Barnes, is open on Facebook, so you can send me a friend request, or you can DM me. DM me. I read DMs. Email me, info@daddyeveryday.org. And that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in again. Promise I'm not going to go away too long again. I'm focused. I'm all in, guys. All right? Peace out.